On this week's show, new features rolling out for Peloton users and an Olivia Rodrigo artist series.
Plus, a spring sale on hardware, including the Tread Plus, new Peloton programs and series, and much, much more.
Welcome to Pelo Buddy TV, a show for the Peloton community by the Peloton community. Here are your hosts, Amanda Siegel and John Pruitt.
Welcome to episode 168 of Pelo Buddy TV, a show for the Peloton community by the Peloton community. I'm John Pruitt. I am joined as always by my lovely co-host, Amanda Siegel. Hey, Amanda, are you there?
I am here, John. I am here. How are you doing?
Good.
Yeah, good week?
It's been a good week, yes. Another week's kind of flown by.
I know. They're like
Come and
flying
gone.
past. They are just flying by. This is a crazy month for me.
Froze up on me.
Oh, I did?
Oh,
Here
yeah.
I am.
You were frozen like this.
There
we go.
Oh, well, I hope that those that look at YouTube didn't see that.
Yeah, let's see how that comes out.
Yeah, the month is just going by fast, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we just started to March, and this is, as I was saying, this is a busy month for me. New York next weekend, London the week after. So,
spring break's right around the corner here for us.
Correct.
I know she's actually going to be in the city next week. She's going to be there, I think, when the studio's closed. It's not even on her radar, but she's going to be staying right in Times Square. So she's going to be right around the corner.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, I don't get in until Thursday. I don't get in until Thursday night. And then I'll be there because it's the New York City half marathon next weekend. So going in to be that cheerleader and throwing in a couple classes as well. But I'm looking forward to, of course.
When in Rome.
I don't know. I got to tell you, this last drop this past Thursday, I will be back in New York in April. I could only get into one class, and it froze up on me. I got into one class and I got into a waitlist. So I'm in Alex's ride on Saturday, which I'm really excited about because I'll aim for that to be a milestone.
Is it a Club Bangers? Is it a hip hop?
I
what
don't.
is it?
Right now, it just says 30 minutes.
Oh, it just says 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what. I think it's his only ride that weekend.
It's usually the Club Bangers.
I think it may be. May be.
Nice.
So that'll be nice. And then I got into Maddie's walk, but a waitlist. I could not get into anything else. A couple people said that they had issues when they were putting in the payment. For some reason, my payment didn't show up, so I had to re-put in the credit card. And then that just messed me up. But anyway, it's all good. It's all good.
They don't have Apple Pay set up on that studio booking site. That would be nice.
They should. That would be very nice. That would be very nice.
Save a lot of time.
Yeah. So I have friends coming in from out of town that weekend as well into the city. So it's nice to always get in there. But whatever will be. But yeah, people are definitely frustrated. This booking system still isn't great. I love that you don't have to sit for 3 hours in the morning hitting refresh. I love that you can just go on right before 12. So for folks that aren't familiar with that, you don't have to do the queuing. You don't have to get in line. You kind of just have to get on, right before 12 and refresh at 12 o'clock when they kind of get dumped in there.
So wait, there's no more logging in at 11 a.m. and getting, where it tells you your place in. Oh,
nope. Okay. Nope. You don't have that anymore. So that's gone. Which is nice because honestly, it was kind of ridiculous that you had to sit for 3 hours. Some of us sat for 3 hours. So now you just have to get in at 12. But
so now everybody gets in at once, and it's just a massive feeding frenzy.
Free for all. It's a free for all.
Dash.
It's just a mad dash. So you kind of want to know what you want, and it's hard because you don't really know who's going to be on. I mean, I kind of figured it out. As to who was going to be on that
every
weekend.
Other week with instructors.
Correct.
So you get a good sense of that.
Correct. So but it's still frustrating. It's just, I think the only way to go these days is to do these class bookings, get in and reserve, and figure out how you can get the group bookings, because otherwise it's just hard to get what you want. It's hard to get what you want. Anyway.
It is what it is.
Exactly. But but otherwise a good week. And I guess, John, we should get right into it. As always, folks, before we get started with the news, we always like to remind you how you can keep up to date with all of our content across all of our platforms. Every episode is released on our YouTube channel. Just hit the subscribe button in the bottom right-hand side of the video and hit the notify button so that you never miss an episode.
And of course, you can just listen to us if you want to hear the audio, if you're on the go. We're on all available podcast platforms. So find us there and please leave us those 5-star reviews. We do appreciate those. Keep those coming. And we'll read them from time to time on the show if they're really, really positive.
If they're good.
If they're good.
If they're good. If they're bad, we won't read them. And of course, folks, we are on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, X. Just search Pelo Buddy and follow us on those platforms for all of the latest news. And now let's get on with the show.
First, let's do a rundown of the latest Pelo news.
All right, so kicking it off, guide feature on some Peloton bikes, bike pluses, and tread users. So they experienced a new user interface and features from the Peloton Guide during their strength classes. So this unexpected update offered a potentially intriguing view for folks. So now you can kind of use your guide on these hardware devices. But a couple things to note. As I said, it is on the hardware devices, but it seems that it is just temporary and may actually just be a kind of a test feature. It is not fully functional and not ready truly for widespread use.
So pre-beta, you could say.
Pre-beta, from what we could say, exactly. So users had reported seeing the guide interface during strength classes, as I said. It included several new display areas and features. The new interface at this time is not permanent. And it did, in fact, disappear after a few hours for some users. Issues were noted, such as the inability to see oneself on the screen or track repetitions, suggesting that the camera was not enabled or integrated properly. Despite the quirks, though, and the feature's temporary disappearance, the experience definitely hints at Peloton's exploration of integrating the guide functionalities into bike and tread devices. However, updates and fixes would be needed before such features could be officially released. Users who experienced the update noted that the class interface displayed current and upcoming exercises mimicking the Peloton Guide's functionality. However, these features depended on camera tracking, such as rep counting, were not operational. The update also included a virtual weight rack feature, allowing users to configure the weights they planned to use for a class, a feature added to the Peloton Guide post-launch. The bike screen offered different display options during the class, including side-by-side, stacked, maximized, minimized, or hidden views, although the part of the screen intended to show the user did not display anything. I think there's no question that this brief update suggests Peloton is definitely considering ways to enhance the user experience by integrating guide features into the existing hardware. Although, as I said, definitely further development and testing is going to be necessary before they can, in fact, implement it widely.
I remember when they eliminated the whole chat feature on all the hardware, and they said they were going to, make room to utilize that bandwidth for other enhancements. So obviously this is kind of what they're trying to do, but it'll be interesting to see how kind of that, I guess,
will be integrated.
Obviously the bike plus the tread and the row all have the same monitor and the same camera and hardware. So I don't know. Obviously it's probably a little better than what's on the the bike right now.
Right. But it makes sense because they do have the camera, as we said, from their chat feature, a couple of years ago. So it's just a question of how they're going to configure it and how they're going to do it. So look out for that. I think I got to say, though, for someone like me who has still not used her guide, it may be a good, way to finally, because especially if you can kind of sit it on top of the screen, on your bike, that would be amazing. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. Oh, I guess you actually wouldn't need the guide. No. I'm talking nonsense. You wouldn't need it because it would just be utilizing
I would think you wouldn't need any additional attachments.
You would not need the additional attachments. My apologies. Yeah. But that would be great. And then that guide would become redundant. But anyway, it's a nice. A nice. I
got mine for free, so I don't.
Oh,
it's fine.
But yeah, so we'll see where that goes.
Well, Peloton has released a new update to the app. So for the digital app, this now allows members to manually add distance to your workouts. So from there, the feature computes average pace and speed and stores that data and the workout history on your profile, on the member's profile. It's been rolling out right now on both iOS and Android. So I've noticed it as of recently, and members have shared reports of using it on running, rowing, cycling classes so far. But the new screen now, you'll see it lets you manually input your distance. It appears at the end of the class after whatever workout you complete. And then the distance can be entered in either miles or kilometers. So if the distance data is entered, the app will then calculate the additional metrics that aren't typically available for classes taken on the app, such as like your distance, your average pace, and average speed. Normally, those things wouldn't calculate on when you do something on the app. Calories are still shown. But if you opt not to enter your distance, the app it simply won't display those additional statistics, just calories. So the new feature will allow members to both receive and record more comprehensive workout statistics for classes taken on the digital app. So it's kind of just nice. Just more data to add to your workout history now for the app.
Yeah, so it's interesting because I'm down in Florida, so I don't have my tread with me, and I did notice that after Chris had shared it with us, I noticed that it popped up. I had seen it and I was like, "What's that?" And then I realized that. So yeah, it's interesting though, because the distance, the mileage that I see on the lifestyle that I use, the lifestyle tread that I use at in my gym versus what I get on my Apple Watch never is correct. They don't match.
So what do you think is the more accurate?
I don't know.
Reading.
I really don't know. So I'm almost tempted to want to do a class that I've done in the app now that I can put in that mileage that I've done to see what actually is the correct, because I'm about half a mile difference between what my watch is saying. My tread is saying I'm going further than my watch is saying. So
you going by the longer distance or the shorter distance?
No, I typically go by the shorter distance.
Yeah.
I do, because I feel like my watch may be more accurate because it can sense me going. I don't know I don't know. So I'm curious to see when I do a workout that I've done on the app, then when I'm back home on my tread, I want to see what the mileage comes up as that, and whether that makes a difference. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it'll be a nice feature to add in there, I guess. Folks like me who use the app a lot for running and walking. All right. Well, thanks to members Serendipity and the Run, Lift, and Live group. This past week, we saw that Peloton has introduced a new feature allowing members to create a custom audio mix between the music and the instructor's voice across the bikes, treads, and rows. So this update adds a custom sound mix option in certain classes, providing a slider for more precise control over the audio balance. So previously, folks that were on a class were able to kind of choose between three preset motion, options. It was either more music, default, or more instructor. The new slider actually enables users to almost completely mute either the instructor or the music, offering a more personalized workout experience. The feature has been spotted on Peloton bikes and tread devices and is expected to be available on the Row as well. However, it's currently limited to select classes and has not been rolled out to all hardware owners yet. The custom audio mix slider represents an evolution from the original sound mixing feature, which was introduced back in 2019, which before then had only one volume setting.
Just default,
Exactly.
Right.
For a demonstration of how the feature works, Peloton members can watch a quick demo available on YouTube. The rollout of this feature highlights Peloton's ongoing efforts to enhance our experience by just offering more customization options. So it's kind of nice for those folks that want to tune out the instructor or kind of want to get...
Or if you really just want to get into the music, if it's a really good tune. If Jen Sherman's yapping too much.
Right. If that one member doesn't like to hear her sing, they can just hear the music. So yeah, I think that's a great addition. So I'm looking forward to that rolling out to everybody.
I really hope that they add that feature on the app. And for a whole completely different reason, because when I sometimes post clips, on like TikTok or
you
Instagram,
can't use some of the
they get
music
flagged
rights.
or they get muted. And then I have to use this really just workaround method to sort of remove the music, but it's still sort of there,
Yeah.
So that would be really nice if I could just take the music out with that little feature and screen record from the app. That'd be really nice.
Exactly. Yeah, when they said a funny quote or a good quote or something. Yeah,
and
absolutely.
you just want the words.
Want their words.
And a lot of instructors, they won't like if you like share a clip in your Instagram stories.
They won't repost if the music's on there.
They won't repost it because they don't want to get slapped on the wrist.
Dinged.
For sharing a clip with music in it.
Got
some
it.
do, some don't. It's kind of hit
random.
Or miss.
Yeah.
So my 2 cents
All
there.
right. All right.
Well, we had the Olivia Rodrigo Artist Series go down on Thursday, March 7th. We had a total of 8 classes across 6 different modalities, including 2 in German. Most of them went down live, and there was one on-demand drop and one that debuted as a premiere. But we got a 30-minute yoga flow from Anna, 20-minute ride from Charlotte, which was in German. I actually did that one live. It was fun. I hadn't ridden with Charlotte in forever, but that was a good one. It didn't have people in the studio. She was in I guess the upstairs, recording studio where there's no bikes. Yeah. A 20-minute walk with Marcel, a 20-minute full body strength with Selena that happened on Thursday night, 30-minute Pilates with the DT. Then we had a 30-minute ride with Olivia, a 30-minute run with Camilla. And then Katie had a 20-minute row. That was the premiere one. And you'll get a women's WHM badge, Women's History Month badge, which I received for taking the Charlotte ride, which was a nice colorful badge. However, the Artist Series badge is just a really lame, generic, red badge that they do when it's not a customized one, personalized one.
Yeah.
That was a little bit of a bummer. But the WHM badge is nice. But you can expect a lot of new classes all month long, especially with the WHM Women's History Month. There's a 30-minute Vocal Legends ride that happened with Allie already on March 4th. There's a 20-minute Women Who Mix run with Jocelyn that happened on March 5th. There's a 30-minute Femme Power Row with Ash that happened on March 5th. 30-minute Women in Rock ride with Charlotte that's already taken place. That was on March 6th. A 30-minute Women in Rock Yoga Flow with your friend Mariana. That one's already on demand. It's in Spanish. A 30-minute Vocal Legends outdoor run with Kirsten. That happened, it dropped on demand on the 7th. A 30-minute Vocal Legends run with Robin. That happened on Friday, March 8th. And a 30-minute Vocal Legends Yoga Flow with a DT. That happened on March 9th. And then on Sunday, the 10th, we had a 30-minute Women Who Mix ride with Leanne.
Nice. Good stuff.
A lot of new stuff.
All right, well, each week we've been sharing with you guys what the past week's kind of featured Peloton classes are. And in this week at Peloton, for the week of March the 4th to the 10th, they announced the following. So we had, first off, the UK Mother's Day celebration. And that leads me to say Happy Mother's Day to everybody in the UK today. So they celebrated a little bit earlier in
Mother's
the UK
Day in
than they
March
do
in the UK?
Yeah.
Huh.
So it is not universal for some reason, but they celebrate Mother's Day today. So happy Mother's Day to all of our English ladies that are listening and who are fortunate enough to be a mom. But yes, so they had a ride with Leanne. They also had some special classes featuring Ben Aldous. Oh, excuse me. I apologize. They did not have a ride with Leanne. They had classes featuring Ben, Susie, and Jermaine Johnson. So there was a 30-minute UK Mother's Day walk plus run with Jermaine and a 30-minute ride with Ben. Kind of Ben and Leanne, I always kind of see together. So I just assumed it was Leanne, but it was actually Ben. And then next, Peloton introduced new lane break levels for the bike and tread featuring Green Day music. So following their artist series that they just had recently, these included a 15-minute lane break Green Day run, a walk, and a ride, and they all were launched on February the 26th. There was also a new installment in the Yoga Focus Flow series, designed specifically for rowers. And this was released by Kira Michelle on March the 6th. This class featured a special guest. So fellow instructor Ash Pryor was actually in studio together with Kira when she did the class. And it was really a nice way because obviously Ash being on the row, it was nice to kind of have her next to Kira. So Kira was really, and Ash had said that she's a big yogi. She loves to do yoga. And she modified some of the moves, which I thought was really great. It was definitely a beginner's class. I did take a peek at it just to kind of get an idea as to what it looked like. It was definitely a beginner's class. But it is, it's kind of a part of Peloton's effort to expand their yoga for cross-training collection to now include rowing as well. So as we know, there's, yoga for runners, yoga for riders. So that was really cool to see it for rowing. And last, we got 2 extra 10 strength classes focusing on glutes and chests by Maddie Magiacomo and Rad Lopez. So these were added to the on-demand library on March the 4th. As all other extra 10 classes, these are intended to be stacked after another workout. So that was this week in Peloton.
Cool. Yeah, and another new thing that went down, so Jess King posted earlier this week on Instagram, she announced a new class type, a 30-minute HardStyle EDM ride that she taught. It already happened Friday morning, March 8th at 9 a.m. Eastern with members in the studio. So I'm curious to see folks who took it, kind of how they compare it with her traditional EDM ride, how much more difficult it was. So curious to see if there's a lot more, efforts, more out of the saddle, more hit intensity. So I'm sure
next week.
I'm sure it wasn't, for the faint of heart.
Yeah, I'm sure not. All right. And then Peloton has introduced a new signature cardio series titled Just Tabata with Logan. So Logan Aldridge is doing this series. It is running weekly from March the 5th through April the 9th and will feature live classes every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. The initial classes are scheduled to be about 20 minutes long, focusing on traditional Tabata workouts, so which consist of 20 seconds of intense work, followed by 10 seconds of rest, repeated 8 times for a total of 4 minutes of work per set. Logan's Just Tabata series aims to transform strength training by combining strength and conditioning movements with high-intensity Tabata intervals. The workouts will include a variety of exercises such as push-ups, burpees, overhead presses, tricep extensions, reverse lunges, squats, bent over rows, and bicep curls. The series adds to Peloton's diverse workout offerings, providing a new way for members to engage in high-intensity training. So cardio becomes the third modality for designated Tabata-style classes on Peloton, joining cycling and rowing.
Cool. We've got a new German program. So Peloton has released a brand new training program this week. It's taught by Irene Kaymer, formerly Irene Schultz. The Strong Core, Strong Body 2 program on Peloton. It's 2 weeks long. It consists of 11 core workouts ranging between 5 and 15 minutes long. It's taught in German. In a post announcing the program, Irene said, train, learn, challenge your core. And by core, I mean your body too. 2 weeks, 11 workouts, and for sure no boredom. I'm really happy to go into round 2. Who wants to really give it the gas? Starts with 1.0 and continues with 2.0. Love and greetings to your core. I'm sure that's the English translation, so it doesn't quite doesn't quite flow as well as I'm sure she wrote it in German. But this is a follow-up to the first Strong Core, Strong Body program with Irene, which was also in German. It was released, back when she was with Peloton the first time in 2021. It's also just
as Schultz.
Yes,
now
when
she's
she was Irene Schultz, yes.
Right.
Before she was married. The program is also described as one where you will find more stability, endurance, flexibility, and of course, your strength.
Awesome. And for those of you that have been waiting very patiently, there's a brand new spring sale in the United States and Canada offering members discounts on, the Tread and Tread Plus, which we have stated before have not gone on sale. There is also on the Guide and Row devices. So notably, the Bike and Bike Plus, though, are not included in this sale. The sale runs through March 19th, and it features up to $700 off Tread Plus packages, $600 off the Tread Plus base device, and up to $300 off Tread, just regular Tread packages, $200 off the Tread base device, and up to $350 off Row packages, $200 off the Row base device, and $100 credit with the purchase of the Guide at $195. Additionally, a special friends and family discount code, TreadFam24, offers an extra $200 off in the US and $275 in Canada for the Tread and Tread Plus, stackable with the sale discount. So this code was initially shared by Ali Love on her Instagram, but shortly after, we saw many of the instructors posting about the sale. And we had some cute videos that they released. I mean, Rebecca and Andy's was hysterical.
That was my favorite.
Your favorite. Actually,
awesome.
My favorite was Mariana's. I don't know if you've seen hers yet.
No, I missed that one.
She put together a really, really cool one, and she had her mom, Mamichi, running on her tread, blowing kisses, watching Mariana on there, which was just so beautiful and very, very touching. I mean, it was just really sweet. So yeah, I've seen a few of them. Maddie had one. Who else had them? I know I saw Mariana's, I saw Maddie's, I saw Rebecca's and Andy's, Allie's.
Adrian, Olivia simply. Some of them just posted something in the stories. Like Olivia simply just posted something in her Instagram stories, and it was her husband Dan just running on the tread. But I thought it was funny, and I'm sure a lot of people will also agree, but I feel like Peloton didn't really give them the copy
of what to say
what to say in terms of the discounts, because a lot of them were wrong from instructor to instructor that they posted. So it was kind of funny. Just they weren't specifying the discount to the correct hardware.
Got it.
So Yeah.
Got it. I did not pick up on that. You were much more astute than I am.
Yeah, I think Adrian's was off a little bit, and maybe Matt Wilper's.
Got it.
But yeah, I saw a couple social media posts about it. Like, oh, this is like everybody's hitting us up with all these salesy posts, and all the information isn't even
not correct.
Accurate.
All right. But it is important, though, to note that it is the first time, though, that the Tread Plus has been on sale since its introductory pricing back in December of 2023. Yeah. So for those
which was $1,000 off back then.
Yeah, it was a better option. But for those of you interested in taking advantage of the spring sale discounts, including the additional friends and family discount, purchases must be made by March 19th. Make sure you get moving. I know. I feel so bad because somebody had reached out to me last week and had asked me if I knew of anything. And I was like, nope. We had just spoken about the fact that they were doing no sales. And I'm like, I do not have any inside information. And now this came out this week. And I'm like, oh, God. But I'm sure they'll probably honor. I think if anyone bought anything last week, I'm sure they'll honor the discounts.
Hopefully, yeah.
Since it's through, March the 19th. So, I'll make sure that he knows about it.
Well, we got some new Brittany Apparel items that dropped this past Thursday morning, the 7th. These look like new items to me. So I don't think it's a reissue.
Nope. All new.
There's about 10. Yeah, I'm sure you've already looked this over. So there's about 10 different pieces. There's a zipper bra with separate matching leggings. There's a scrunchie that goes with the leggings and the zipper bra that are the same pattern. It's almost like a cheetah pattern, but just different colors.
Yeah.
And then there's like a nice sort of like pink and violet strappy bra. And then it looks like there's a unisex butterfly hoodie that's in purple. And then another pair of leggings and strappy bralette and some cargo bike shorts as well. And then another style bra top and leggings.
Yeah. And actually, Leanne was, I did not. I'm sick and tired of spending full price on everything. I'm waiting for sales. The stuff all goes on sale now. And it's just like, it's so expensive. The ad, though, with Leanne was just spectacular, though. She looked so beautiful. They put out a separate ad. And that was really, really beautiful. She looked stunning.
This stuff is too nice and expensive. If I was a girl, it'd be too nice and expensive to work out in and get all gross and sweaty.
Exactly.
I mean, unless I'm going to the studio and I want to look my best. But.
Yeah. So I'm holding off. I did like the hoodie. I thought the purple hoodie was kind of cute. And I liked there was the tie dye, the kind of purpley lilac-y tie dye outfit was kind of nice. The cheetah's a little bit too bold for me. I tend to be a little bit more subdued.
A little busy.
I mean, this past week I wore the other Brittany Allen one and I went down to my gym and I was like, oh God, they're like looking at me thinking, what the heck is she wearing?
The purple ones, like the strappy bra and the leggings, they kind of have more of a sort of tie-dye.
Yeah, I like
pattern.
that one.
The purple,
I did like
blotchy,
that one.
Yeah, tie-dye look.
I did like that one. That one looked good. All right, and then I got it this week on March the 1st. Peloton. It was a very slow one. Peloton did continue their weekly class purge. They removed classes from just one day, December the 15th of 2020. There were approximately 15 classes that were removed in this latest purge. However, a selection of classes were spared. It included Power Zone classes, holiday-themed classes, an Elvis Art Series class, some longer classes, and
got purged?
A few others. No, that did not. That was
saved. The Elvis.
That was saved. Okay. So that was, that was.
Oh, that's a Emma one. She taught an Elvis.
Yes, I think it was Emma.
I remember that.
I think it was Emma. Yeah. And folks, that wraps it up for the news. But we will go right into Instructor in the News. And John, you kick it off.
Well, big congratulations to Christine Diercole. She won big at the track provincials in Milton, Ontario last weekend, the bike racing event. She won 5 gold medals and 1 silver. I didn't really see what events overall, like she didn't really share like what specific events. So I just see the medals and her team IM Chem I Am Ken will do, posted about it, but I didn't see what races they were for. But she came home with a lot of hardware.
Medal Monday had a whole new meaning.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, talking about medals, we shared last week that Bex ran the Tokyo Marathon. And this week, we really want to say a huge congratulations on her outstanding run time of 2 hours, 52 minutes, placing her 68th in the women's division and getting her 6th star in the Abbott World Marathon Majors. So huge, huge congrats. She had stated before she went that she hadn't really trained for it and that she was kind of doing it. It was the first time she was running a marathon as a new mom. And, she was just going to kind of do it. And she did it. She did it. Incredibly impressive time. And good for her. She has her 6 stars. So I guess that is a huge accomplishment.
Awesome.
So congrats. Yeah.
Well, Kendall posted recently on Instagram in her stories, I believe, she just signed with a new agency called WME Agency. They're a global leader in entertainment, sports, and fashion. That's it. That's all we got from that. I want to mention another story that I thought was really cute that wasn't in the instructor in the news, but I'm sure you saw it. Did you see Emma's reel where she shared how she broke the news that she was pregnant to certain instructors? I thought that was really sweet. So she was standing in front of the camera. It started out, I think, with her and Jess King. And she said, hey, can you do a reel with me? Just on 3, make a heart symbol with your hands. And so when she said 1, 2, 3, and she goes, I'm pregnant. And Jess King, was all excited. She's like, I knew it. And then Anna Greenberg, she did it with. And then she did one with both Alex and Rad. And Alex thought like she was joking at first. Then he was like, what, seriously? That was really cute.
What I thought was kind of cute was Jess King, how she was like, okay, now what kind of heart are we doing? Like she was like very into this whole heart thing, right? It wasn't just doing doing that.
She really wanted to, get the execution. She wanted to be sure
she got it. And then of course, it was very cute, very, very cute. Well, our friend Maddie Giacomo was on the Amy and TJ podcast, which was aired on Tuesday, March the 5th. I did take the time to listen, of course, and I got to say, it really was probably one of my most favorite podcasts that I've listened to.
Who knew that they were such big fans of Maddie? Because they were really gushing.
Well, certainly Amy
Unless they were just blowing smoke up his
No,
crack,
I think she
but
said
they
back
were
from
really
2019. I mean, I think she said she's really been, she has been a Maddie, because I think she said that they had started talking to Maddie prior to the pandemic. So they had DM'd back then, and they had been talking. So, what I was about to say was that, it was no secret that, that she said, she said there, I'm a huge Maddie fan, which is what I am. I mean, I just adore him. But he was so unbelievably natural, on this podcast. And I've listened to Maddie. He did one in Canada as well. I listened to Maddie, and I really enjoy listening to Maddie talk. He just gives you that authenticity that I never think Maddie's faking it. He'll tell you if he's not happy about something. He'll tell you when he is happy. There's just no BS with him. No BS. So, he had shared some of the things that he had shared in the conversation, with the 3 of them, which was, very lighthearted, was how he had gotten started initially wanting to be a reporter. And he didn't think that Giacomo would be a name that people would, want to kind of go with. So he went on screen as Matthew Thomas. He was Matthew Thomas when he was reporting,
so
which I thought was hysterical, right? So generic.
Yeah.
It said, but to make a buck, he side hustled as a personal trainer in boutique fitness while bartending. And then obviously he spoke about how he went from, the boutique fitness world to when Peloton, reached out to him and asked him to join. He also shared about coming out, and he shared about how amazing his dad was, but that it had taken his mom some time to kind of wrap her head around it. Of course, now we all know that Elise is his biggest fan. And, you know, there's no question she's on all of his walks and stuff, and she's very accepting. He shared a little too much information, I thought, and I was kind of taken aback, and I was like,
what is this, love life
DMing
stuff?
him afterwards. Well, he shared where the wedding's going to be. They have decided to hold off until next fall. So they are not going to have their nuptials until October of 2025. They said they have a ton of stuff going on this year. You know, they want to plan and do it properly. He mentioned it was going to be in upstate New York, in Cocky, and I tried to go back and listen to what the Cocky something, which he laughed about. It was like, yeah, typical. He said they're going to do like a brunch. A very gay brunch is what he said, you know, they were going to do. And then he also shared, which of course was of much interest to me because of my past life, is that he and Evan have started the fertility journey in creating a family, and that they were working with a clinic for egg donation.
For like a surrogate?
Yep, for egg donation and ultimately surrogacy. He said that they, you know, were just kind of getting into the process now, and they were working with somebody in DC. So, you know, now, of course, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to know. And I said, you know, Maddie, I was in this business for 29 years. You know, I'm here if you need any advice. And he was very sweet and gracious. And he said, I know, thank you. And obviously, he moved on, but I'm very excited about that. So I'm looking forward. He said their goal is to probably, you know, aim to get pregnant around the time that they're getting married next year. So you know, and they were very open. You know, there's just been a lot of stuff in the news lately about, you know, about fertility and the whole Alabama law, etc. So they asked him about that and whether he was nervous.
And he definitely hasn't been quiet about that. Yeah.
Nope. And I guess because he's so passionate about it, because he was actually, you know, is going through all of this right now. So very, very nice and, you know, great podcast. If you want to take the hour to listen to it, it's just fun and easy. And it's a great one. So
it sounds good.
Go for it. Yeah.
Well, the UK team put together a really fun choreographed little dance reel to promote the official Fatboy Slim music video. They recreated a Fatboy Slim music video in this little dance routine through PSL that they basically did a choreographed sequence in the lobby at Peloton Studios London. But it was Ben Aldis, it was John Hosking and JJ doing the whole, you know, it was just a quick little reel, but it was fun. We had to mention that if you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. I think I've watched it 100 times. It is hysterical. I mean, Ben is so awkward.
I mean, no rhythm.
I love him to death.
It's like two left feet.
So awkward, right? Of course, Jermaine is fantastic, and John is John's John.
John just goes. He just fully commits
John could
and
just
goes for it.
stand there. John could just stand there, and he's fantastic. But talking about Ben, Ben's his red Taylor's version stretch hit 1 million workouts a couple months ago. We had mentioned that. But he has gone ahead now and released a 5-minute post-ride stretch to Taylor Swift as well. So for those of you that loved his 10-minute red, you can now find, if you just needed a quick Taylor Swift stretch, he now has a 5-minute one out there.
I remember when his 5-minute cool down to Coldplay's Fix You, hit 1 million, and it ended up getting purged, right? It's no longer
purged. I know.
And he did like, you know, if you don't know Coldplay, you need to get to know. Like cheesy, the cheesy line in there. And now I can't believe they didn't save that.
They did not save that one.
Yeah. Well, Cliff Dwanger was recently interviewed on an IG Live. There's a snippet of it that you can catch on his Instagram page that he shared, but it was with a local Houston cardiologist named George Adesina. They talked about a whole lot of different things: healthy habits, some self-affirmations, balancing a family life. It was a quick little snippet that they posted, so you can see it on Cliff's Instagram.
Yeah, he shares a lot with his wife and his little girl, which is very sweet. Just balancing family life and just what a present dad he is. He just is a very present dad, and she's often in the studio. I've been in the studio a couple times, and she's actually been in there with his wife, which is kind of cute. And she kind of owns the place. She's so adorable, and she runs around like everybody knows her. It's very cute. So yeah, that's awesome. All right, and for those of you that have been wondering if Marcel Dinkins is ever coming back to the platform, wonder no more. Hot off the press. Wonder no more. It's official. She will be back live tomorrow night in her regular Monday night time slot. She announced it on Instagram with a very cute reel. And I know that there are some very happy campers. And for those of you that we're kind of working out when. It was back in August.
This has got to be the longest amount of time an instructor has been gone, whether it's maternity or injury or whatever.
Yeah. And I mean, again, I know we've spoken about it on the show before, but, she injured herself at Peloton on tour. It was in that tug of war that she popped her knee out.
The Atlanta one?
Yeah. And it's been since August. So I'm really pleased to see that she's coming back. I know that her crew are very excited about that. And then our last instructor in the news story is all about Susie Chan. So Susie officially announced her book, Trails and Tribulations, The Running Adventures of Susie Chan, that it is going to be released in the UK this summer. On August the 6th. It is a 256-page book. It will be available in paperback and ebook formats. It will delve into Susie's extensive experiences as an endurance runner, including her participation in the demanding Badwater 135-mile race. The table of contents reveals a wide range of topics, from the marathon Desabes in the jungle to the ultra and world marathon majors, offering insights into her adventures, challenges, and the running community. For those who are interested in pre-ordering the book, it is available on Amazon and through her publisher, which is Bloomsbury. So another instructor book on the way.
It is. So burnt out on these books.
This one I will definitely want to go ahead and take a read. All right, John, we are going to go right into our class picks of the weeks. Why don't you kick it off?
First couple are Fat Boy Slim classes. John Hoskins, 30-minute Fat Boy Slim run from February 29th. We got this from I miss Fabio Dennis. Me too. Great energy and playlist, they said. And then Ben's 30-minute Fat Boy Slim ride, also from the 29th. Amajar 3 gave us this one. She said, love the music and Ben's coaching. And then Toon Day's 30-minute Black Classics ride from the 29th. Layla on the Pelo and LL Cool Jew.
Oh, funny.
Submitted that one. They said Tunde always puts me in such a great mood after I do her classes.
Too funny. All right. Then we get...
you should have read that one.
I should have. Too funny. All right. Eric Yeager, 30-minute, his Power Zone Max Metal Ride. It was in German. That one was from the 1st of March. This one came to us from Iris on Peloton. They said, powerful, excellent coaching, and metal and PZ Max just go together. And then, I want to do this one. Camilla Ramon's 30-minute Miami base ride. It was in English. It was from the 1st as well. And it came to us from Mila Mafia, Jennifer Carroll 22, Karen Zemskaberry, Pelo for Cafecitos, and Backyard Peloton. And cumulatively, they said it was so much fun and we loved her energy. And then Tobias Hines had a 75-minute classic rock run. Also from the 1st, it was in German. It came to us from Fleetwood Mom and Bertha C. Runs MD. I know that Annie runs with him a lot. They said great vibes, amazing playlist, 3 times Fleetwood Mac. Give Coach T a try. He makes it so approachable and fun for English speakers. Great music and great programming. Even if you don't speak German, his cues are easy to understand, alternating, by the way, between easy run and a bit faster, 4 blocks of work. For runners wanting longer classes, this one was great. And then the next one is actually my pick of the week. It is Manny Giacomo's 20-minute evening stretch. It was released on the 1st, March the 1st, and I have really been struggling lately with I've been doing a lot of running. I've been doing a lot of tread work, and these stretches are just so vital, and I really find they make such a difference. And I really like these evening ones. I kind of do them just before I get into bed. And this one was 20 minutes. The music was amazing that he used. There was some Bridgerton tunes in there. It was just very low key, but it did the job. And I woke up in the morning not feeling as crotchety as this, 50-something body sometimes feels. So I definitely recommend that one.
Next up, we don't see too many Hannah Corbin recommendations, but Armajar 3 submitted Hannah's 30-minute 2000s ride for March 1st. She said just a great playlist on this one. And then Selena Samuela's 30-minute glutes and leg strength, also for March 1st. We got this from Heather L. Neary. She said, flew by, great music, killer workout.
All right. And then we got Susie Chan's 45-minute rock run. This one came to us from Daisy Mack. And Monica said, long segments in this one, combining a powerful playlist with excellent coaching. And this one was from the 2nd of March. Adrian Williams gave us a 30-minute track full body strength class, also from the 2nd. This one came to us from SMM 2384. They said, we had so much fun, we forgot this was hard. Who can forget that it's hard with Adrian? And then Leanne's 30-minute disco ride from the 3rd. It also came to us from Daisy Mack, as well as our friend Roz Reich 712. These ladies said, sometimes you just have to lean into your sparkly fitness bubble. Great playlist and energy.
All right. Next up, Mariana's 60-minute 2000s run from March 3rd. We got this from Hey, it's Eric M. They said, Mariana's long runs are quickly becoming one of my favorites on the platform. And then Jen Sherman's 30-minute epic sing-along ride for March 3rd. Waffle 1, Marines Miles, Karen Zemsky-Berry, Biking for Beaker, and Rachel Spins 24 submitted it. They said, a fun first ride with the added bonus of watching Kirsten, Rebecca, Andy, and Kendall all in there in the front row, air guitar, head and ponytail jam out, and have all kinds of a blast with JSS. Jen was her amazing self, totally in her element. Seeing Kendall, Rebecca, Andy, and Kirsten was such a nice bonus. Just a great ride all around. And then Kendall's 30-minute country ride. I did this one live, actually, on March 4th. Sydney Allender and Just Dance Lisa submitted this. They said music and programming were both great in this. And then you got the next one.
Nice. All right. And then we move on to Benny Adami. Benny had a 45-minute low-impact ride. It was in German. It was also from the 4th. It came to us from Sparkly 813 and Bertha C. Runs MD. They said the 80s playlist was perfection, and Benny is a ray of sunshine. Karen, we know how much you love him. Also, I always see people complaining about instructors talking over the music. He does not. Long stretches of time where he's silent and riding so you can enjoy the playlist. Love him and definitely doing more rides with him in the future. That must have been Annie that said that, because Karen Sparkly 813 is a Benny. I mean, she just
Benny
adores
stan.
Benny. Benny, that's it. Absolutely. And then Jermaine Johnson, he had a 20-minute full body strength from the 5th. This one came to us from Get Up Hockey, and they said just a solid, structured strength class. Dennis Morton had his 20-minute groove ride. This one was from the 5th. And that one came to us from Just Dance Lisa and D Bell 91. They said his choreographing is amazing in these groove rides. The man can do it all. Love his embrace by new tracks from the past. Kept me dancing into my day.
All right. Next we have Logan's 20-minute Just Tabata from March 5th. Jessica Lifts K submitted this one. They said first class in Logan's new series. It was great. Can't wait for the rest. And then Cody's 20-minute pop ride. This was it dropped up as premiere on his normal time slot because he's away somewhere. Where is he right now? I can't remember. He's off gallivanting.
Somewhere.
From March 5th. And we got this from Cav Dog Mom. They said, love the high energy from Cody. Great playlist too. And then rounding out the picks of the week, Kira Michelle and Ash Pryor's 20-minute focus flow yoga for runners from March 6th. Kev,
I think that's a typo. I think that's for rowers. I think Chris has a typo.
So it's just Ash's?
That's that one. Yeah, I think that was that one that Ash and Kira did together.
That Kira's in there, but Ash is the one.
Yes, she was the invited guest.
It's not a 2-for-1.
No,
okay.
No, she was
Kira's
the invited
just off
guest.
to the side on a rower. Gotcha.
No, it's the yoga. It's the focus flow yoga. That was the one that I spoke about, in where Ash is actually in the yoga studio with Kira. Kira's doing the class. Ash is the participant.
Gotcha. Yeah, he said, so happy to see Ash on the mat with Kira, and these 2-for-1 flows are always great.
It really was great. And that gives us our picks of the week for this week. So thank you, everybody, for continuing to submit these, because there's definitely some ones there that, we wouldn't have known about. So that's awesome. And I guess that's it, John. Quick and easy. No Chris to interfere there and tell us what we're saying wrong or doing. I think he gets back this weekend. So, we'll see what happens next week. Chris Lewis will be back. All right, you guys, thank you so much, as always, for tuning in and getting your weekly information. I will say I've recently gotten some lovely, I wish you guys would just put in reviews, because people message me, I'm sure they message you, John, and thank us for giving, for kind of consolidating all the news for the week and giving it to you in a podcast, because some people aren't on social media all the time and aren't seeing what's happening, consistently. So folks said they really do like to kind of just tap in at the end of the week and get to see what kind of happened that week before. So thank you for continuing to indulge us in tuning in so that we can continue bringing this. We have fun doing it, as we've said before. So, we really appreciate it. All right, I guess from me here, bye for now, everybody.
Yep, and from me in Michigan, thank you for tuning in, watching, and listening. And as always, we will see you on the leaderboard. Bye for now.
Thank you for watching Pelo Buddy TV, your source for everything Peloton, by the community, for the community. Work out with us using the Pelo Buddy TV leaderboard tag, and find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Pelo Buddy. Don't forget that we have a podcast available so that you can listen to us while on the move. Just search for Pelo Buddy TV on any major platform and hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode.